Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Fran and this is Journal with Fran. Today is a very exciting unboxing. This is a beautiful surprise gift from my husband on our anniversary date night in late February. He took me to our local Japantown to the only stationery shop within a reasonable driving distance to where we live, and he had me see if they still had this Grail pen in stock, and they did. And I just like visiting the shop to see if this pen is still in stock, but he tricked me and bought the pen for me brand new. So as you can already see, this is the Platinum Century 3776 fountain pen set. This is part of the Shape of Heart series. This is the Chai Latte. It is rose gold plated with a 14 karat gold nib. I got mine in a fine. And so as you can see here, I'm showing off, even the nib itself is rose gold plated, but it is gold. And you can see the little heart punch shape out, heart punched shape out. The heart punch out on the nib. And the box set comes with a converter as well as a blue ink cartridge, but obviously I'm going to be using the converter. And then the other wonderful thing about this box set is that it does come with its own 20 ml bottle of brown ink. Oh, I'm talking about the the ink cartridge here, my bad. But the bottle of brown ink is 20 ml. It's a special diamond shaped design, and on the cap you can see that it's engraved with an intricate shape of heart design. So there's no color title associated to the ink, it's just called brown ink. But let me go ahead and read about the pen while I'm doing my little pen test here. I have like a new pen logbook that I'm going to be sharing about in my February recap. But anyways, all right, here we go. This limited edition pen is inspired by the iconic heart-shaped breather holes that Platinum punches into its nibs. Normally, the leftover gold hearts get melted down and made into more nibs, but for the Shape of Heart series, Platinum found a delightful new use for them. Each chai latte pen features a clear cap finial filled with sparkling crystals and 3 tiny hearts representing you, me, and happiness. The 3776 Century is a perfect choice for anyone looking to experience the world of premium Japanese fountain pens. It combines a classic cigar silhouette with a wide selection of stunning body colors and exquisite 14 karat gold nibs. The pen is named in honor of Japan's revered Mount Fuji, which is 3,776 meters tall. Ooh, that's cool. I didn't know that fact. Just as Mount Fuji is the highest peak in Japan, Platinum strives to make the 3776 the pinnacle of fountain pen development. Since its introduction in 1978, the 3776 has been continuously improved with new features like the slip and seal cap mechanism that can keep the nib from drying out for over a year without use. So there you go. Ooh, and I do see that the 20 ml bottle is just called Platinum Mixable Earth Brown Ink. So I'd probably just title the ink Earth Brown. It's a nice little contrast to the pen. I don't know if I'm going to use this ink straight out the gate when I do decide to bring this pen into my currently inked rotation, but I'm fine with using it now for my pen log and my pen test. So I don't know if I mentioned it already, but I got my pen in a fine nib. I still like a very thin line, but I'm realizing I am growing out of the extra fine Japanese nibs because I do like a little bit more ink to come out as I'm writing. And so I'm glad that I figured that out before I bought this pen, because I think if I was stuck with an extra fine, I would be kind of sad because these pens are expensive. And so I want to make sure with the gold nibs that I'm actually getting what I would use it for. And so I'm extremely excited. I think there was a time where I was kind of over the chai latte because no one was reselling them. And then anyone who was reselling them, it was just way outside of my price range. But when we found it in store brand new for a pretty good price, like way cheaper than what resellers are posting it for, and also way cheaper than I think not way cheaper, but definitely lower than the brand new price that I had seen in like older listings where the pen was already sold out. So I feel really thankful that my husband was kind enough to remember how much I've been wanting this pen since I first saw it last year. And yeah, I'm so excited to add it into my rotation. And so here you go, my friends. I know that the 14 karat nibs aren't everyone's cup of tea, or like at least the 14 karat platinum nibs, but I so far have really enjoyed them. I have the regular pen bodies in the red and the white. They're both in extra fine, so I've got to do some tuning work on those. So I guess you can say as of right now, this is my favorite platinum pen. Here's a little close up of the little writing sample. So you can see how like I don't know, I'm just really loving the Japanese fine nibs. Well, the platinum and pilot fine nibs. I think Sailor's like a different, Sailor's a different league. It's in a league of its own when it comes to its thickness. But yes, and I think I have the TWSBI Eco to thank for warming up to like the inkier fine nibs. So obviously my TWSBI Ecos aren't extra fine, but they're very comparable to like the platinum and pilot fine. So German extra fine, a Japanese fine. That's kind of my vibe right now. So here I'm doing my typical pen comparison. So my longer pens are obviously the Esterbrook SD, the TWSBI Eco, the Pilot Kakano, Sailor 1911 Standard, and then I throw in a Pro Gear Slim up top just to get that comparison. Obviously they're not the same in size, but I always like to see the difference between the two. And then I also pull out my other white 3776, and then quickly we uncap the pens just to see how they fare uncapped. And so I think at the end of the day, body wise, from like end finial to the grip section, I would say the 1911 Standard is the closest, but the nib itself is much longer than a Sailor nib. So that's why I left the Esterbrook SD out, because I think that when you look at just the nibs, the Esterbrook and the Pilot are closer in comparison, and I do feel like the length of the nib matters in your writing experience as well. And so yeah, that's my little analysis of that. But let me know what you all think about this pen. Let me know if you like it, if you don't like it, and why. I'm really excited. I think I've said it like 5 times already. I'm really excited to put this pen in my rotation in the future. And if you have any ink suggestions, let me know. I don't think I'm a huge fan of this earth brown, but I'm happy to have another bottle of ink. I just think it's a great value for the price of the box. All right, friends. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy this content. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you part of this community, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye!